School of Medicine, the executive members of the Dominica SiFoCol Alumni Association, the Dean of Academic Affairs of the Dominica State College, Dr. Eugene Zamor, lecturers of the Dominica State College, secondary school students and Dominica State College students, teachers of the various secondary schools who are here this morning, members of the media, good morning to you all. I hope I have not forgotten anyone. If I do so, I apologize. But welcome this morning to the National Youth Healthcare and Medical Symposium. And it is my pleasure to be your master of ceremony this morning. My name is Ms. Christian. I am the officer in charge of the Office of the President of the Dominica State College. Before we get this program going, we need to open up with a word of prayer. And so to do so, I'd like to call on a representative from the Orion Academy, Mr. Cruz Ferrara, who will be leading us in an opening prayer this morning. Cruz, can you come forward, please? And can you all please stand for prayer?
Good morning. Please close your eyes. Cast for your hands. Heavenly Father, we come before you today with grateful hearts for this opportunity to gather and learn about the gift of health. We ask for your guidance and as we seek wisdom and understanding, especially for the young people here today. Bless the speakers, the discussions, and all who are present, that they may be empowered with knowledge to care for their minds, bodies, and spirits. May this time together inspire growth, well-being, and future of health and hope. We place this symposium in your hands. Amen.
Amen. Please stay standing. I'd like to call now on the representatives from the Upper Waldron SDA Academy to lead us in the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you for the beautiful rendition. Thank you for the words of prayer. This is not my campus, but I'd like to welcome you all to the American Canadian School of Medicine and to this event, this National Youth Medical and Healthcare Symposium, hosted by the Dominica SiFoCol Alumni Association in partnership with the Dominica State College and the American Canadian School of Medicine, really aims to inspire and educate both high school and college students across Dominica. And so the hope is that this symposium will expose you students to all the possibilities that exist in the health field. I know we have students from the Dominica State College here. Dominica State College students, good morning, welcome to you. Of course, I know we have students here from the Dominica Grammar School. Good morning to you. Okay. Students from the Alpha Waldron SDA Academy. Good morning. From the Orion Academy. Good morning to you. From the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School. Good morning to you. From the Convent High School. Good morning to you. Portsmouth Secondary School. Are you there? Good morning to you. Yes? Okay. The Dominica Community High School. Are you all there? Good morning. The Cassidy Secondary School. Okay, you all are there. Good morning to you. The St. Mary's Academy. Good morning to you. The St. Martin Secondary School. Good morning to you. All right, ladies. The Wesley High School. Good morning to you. Good morning. Okay. Have I forgotten any school who is there? Yes. Where? The Pierre Charles Secondary School and who have I forgotten again? Northeast Comprehensive School. Good morning to you both. I apologize. So we have representation here from across Dominica. All secondary schools are here, and the Goodwill Secondary School is there as well. Yes. Goodwill, where are you? Good morning to you. So that is a complete grouping of all our high school students and of course the Dominica State College students. So it is really my pleasure to be here this morning at this auspicious occasion, and it is a meeting of minds, a meeting of potential, and a true opportunity for you all to network and to gain some necessary exposure. So please make the best of this opportunity. I'd like to, of course, also welcome the panelists who will be engaging us in a panel discussion a bit later. So good morning to you as well, panelists who are ready to go for the panel discussion. At this time, I've called on all the schools, but Dr. Stanley White is supposed to do the official welcome address, and I'd like to call on him, Dr. White, the Senior Associate Dean of the American Canadian School of Medicine. I'd like to call him to the podium to deliver the official welcome remarks.
Thank you, Ms. Christian. I'd just like to add, on behalf of everyone at the American Canadian School of Medicine, welcome to Honourable Minister McIntyre, all of the government representatives and honoured guests, our speakers, our students, and we hope future healthcare professionals. It's a profound pleasure and honour to welcome you all today as we gather for this groundbreaking National Youth Medical and Healthcare Symposium. Together we share a common goal to inspire, educate and empower the next generation of healthcare leaders. We gather to explore the challenges facing careers in modern healthcare, from studying to working, innovations in medical education, and perhaps most importantly, how to equip the youth of our nation with the tools and knowledge to become the stewards of healthier communities. This collaboration is unique in its scope and vision. The Dominica SiFoCol Alumni Association, with its rich legacy of producing some of Dominica's finest professionals, brings the wisdom of experience and a passion for mentorship. Dominica SiFoCol College, an institution that continues to mould the brightest young minds on the island, providing the academic foundation necessary to meet the ever-evolving needs of the healthcare sector. And the American Canadian School of Medicine, a premier medical educational institution renowned for our cutting-edge curriculum, which is designed to equip our students to graduate into a successful and impactful career in modern healthcare. This, combined with our social mission, which is to positively impact healthcare in Dominica and elsewhere, ACSOM adds an international dimension to this initiative, allowing our stakeholders and our partners to benefit from our world-class expertise and insights. I'd like to thank the organising team who brought this symposium to fruition: Paul Phillip, Jennifer LeBourg and Valerie Honoré from the SiFoCol Association, Lisa Francis and Joanna Riviere from the Dominica State College, and Amanda Massicott and Alfreda Joan Paul from ACSOM. If you're in the room, would you all stand up, because I think you deserve a round of applause. Well done, this is going to be a great day. The field of medicine and healthcare is in a state of rapid transformation, driven by technological advancements in the basic sciences, shifts in patient care models, and the growing importance of mental health and holistic wellness. And let's not forget the future impacts of the ever more pervasive AI. As the world continues to change, so too must our approach to training the next generation of professionals. The future of healthcare in Dominica and beyond depends on empowering young people to think critically, innovate boldly, and commit themselves to service. So, this symposium is not just about lectures and presentations. It's about sparking your curiosity, fostering collaboration between groups, and planting the seeds of leadership. It's about encouraging you all, our young participants, to ask the hard questions, seek out new solutions, and recognise that the future of healthcare is as much about compassion and community as it is about science and technology. Today, we are not just preparing for tomorrow, we are shaping tomorrow. And as you embark on this journey, I encourage each of you to seize this opportunity to learn, connect, and grow. I hope this symposium will be the spark that ignites a lifelong passion in all of you for a career in healthcare, for caring, and for making a difference in the lives of others. Thank you for your attention. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Dr. White, and thank you as well for acknowledging the efforts of the organizers of today's symposium. Indeed, a tremendous feat, and from all accounts, earlier accounts, a job well done. Thank you so much. I'd now like to call on the Dean of Academic Affairs of the Dominica State College, Dr. Hermancia Eugene Zamor, to deliver some remarks to you. Dr. Zamor.
Dr. Irvin McIntyre, Minister of Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience and Social Security, representatives of the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development, representatives of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Social Services, Ms. Trudy Christian, Officer in Charge of the Office of the President, Dominica State College, Dr. Stanley Wax, Senior Associate Dean of the American Canadian School of Medicine, staff of the Dominica State College, staff of the American Canadian School of Medicine, DSAA executive members and other members, teachers of various secondary schools, other invited guests, and well-wishers, media, and most importantly this morning, students. Good morning. As we gather here today for the first National Youth Medical and Healthcare Symposium, our main objective here is to provide our young people with the information needed to make sound decisions about their future and by extension, the future of the Commonwealth of Dominica. As educators and successful professionals, it is our civil duty to ensure that those who will work with us and hopefully surpass us are armed with the needed skills and attitudes to achieve. At the Dominica State College, our mission is to ensure community success, as individualism does not guarantee nation success. It is clear the partners who have collaborated to make this idea of today a reality are passionate about student success and nation building. The medical and healthcare fields are and will continue to be an essential aspect of all countries. With such an importance, it is not surprising that there is a continuous demand for persons in the various fields. STEM continues to be an area where more investment and innovation is required as our students compete on a global scale. Hence, the presence of the stakeholders today is an indication of commitment to students and their success in STEM. We successful professionals must continue to lead by example and take the opportunities given to us to enrich the lives of others. Let us embrace our call of servitude. Students, make the most of the opportunities afforded to you today. Learn, ask questions, and most importantly, network. Ensure that when you leave here today, you are better equipped to make decisions about your career path. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all of those who are here today, all of those who made today possible, and thank you all for being part of this event and your participation today, and in all proceedings will ensure today's success. Once again, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Eugene Zamo, for your remarks. And I would like to highlight, of course, the contribution of the educators, many of whom are in the room, to establishing strong medical and healthcare professions. So it would be remiss of me at the National Youth Medical and Healthcare Symposium to not acknowledge the educators, Dr. Eugene Zamo being one herself, in the area of biology, and of course we have other lecturers here, and we have teachers, science teachers. I'd really like to acknowledge your efforts. Without the educators, then the medical and healthcare professions would not exist. So I'd like to acknowledge that. Before I move on to the next speaker, from the Dominica SiFoCol Alumni Association, which is a grouping of individuals who have taken to task the role of education and mentorship in really establishing better national development. This group has worked tirelessly with the Dominica State College and now working on a broader scale with high schools and other aspects of education to really foster this role that they are seeking to drive home education and mentorship for better national development. I'd like to invite at this time Mr. Paul Phillip, who is the director and the chairperson of the committee organizing this event of the Dominica SiFoCol Alumni Association. Mr. Phillip.
Good morning. Distinguished guests, educators, students, and healthcare professionals, a pleasant good morning to you guys. On behalf of the Dominica SiFoCol Alumni Association, I am honored to welcome you to the National Youth Medical and Healthcare Symposium. This event is a remarkable partnership between the Dominica State College, the American Canadian School of Medicine, and the Dominica SiFoCol Alumni Association. Together, we are committed to fostering education, mentorship, and the development of future healthcare professionals, that's yourselves. Today's symposium is a key step in expanding the DSC's mentorship program, which connects students to professionals who have passed through the various colleges that form the Dominica State College system, the SiFoCol College, Clifton Buchanan College, the Nursing School, and the Dominica State College. Through this initiative, we plan to provide mentorship, professional guidance, and exposure to career opportunities, encouraging students to pursue fulfilling paths in healthcare. We have an exciting day planned for you. We hope you have a lot of fun while you're gaining knowledge. With 24 interactive spaces, including visits to ACSOM's, the American Canadian School of Medicine's Anatomy Lab and Simulation Lab. I've actually gone through both of those labs, and I can assure you guys you're going to have a great time. Giving you the chance to experience cutting-edge medical education firsthand, you will also engage with professionals across 25 interactive tables representing fields such as cardiology, nephrology, pediatrics, dentistry, minimally invasive surgery, and many, many more. Additionally, explore booths hosted by Jolly's Pharmacy, the National Bank of Dominica, and the Dominica Social Security. Okay? Many of you may not know that the Dominica Social Security actually provides loans to go to fulfill education. So just ensure that you go to all of the booths and get the information that each of them have for you. All of them are very valid to your future. To add to the fun, we've set up a photo booth, which I think most of you have used already. But it's not for one-time use. Whenever you get downtime, feel free to go and take your group pictures, individual pictures, and we know in our age group, in your age group, posting is everything, right? So make sure you get your best side photo and put it out there, right? Convent High School, I was really interested to find out how come you guys are in the front. So is that a leadership thing or just accidental? You know, Dr. McIntyre and I were trying to figure out, okay, what's the psychology behind that? But anyway, we can explore that when we get to the psychology table, all right? So we extend our deepest thanks to the DSC professionals, both here in Dominica and abroad, whose involvement and membership are pivotal in making this event a success. Your contributions are invaluable, and we appreciate your willingness to guide the next generation of healthcare professionals. We also thank the Ministry of Education's Human Resource Department for your ongoing partnership and support, ensuring the students from all across the island benefit from today's event. By all count, we have the 15 high schools from Dominica represented, my alma mater, SMA. I just have to do a special shout out to you. Anyway, this symposium would not have been possible without the dedicated and hard work of our amazing planning committee, composed of Mrs. Amanda Massicott, Mrs. Alfreda Paul of ACSOM, Ms. Joanne Rivera, and Ms. Lisa Francis of the Dominica State College, as well as DSC representatives, Dr. Jennifer Ligold, Ms. Valerie Honoré, and myself. Thank you all for your tireless effort in making this day a reality. Following the ceremony this morning, right here, you will embark on a day filled with learning and opportunities. Students will be placed in mixed groups with your peers from different high schools across the island. So convent, you're going to be broken up. You might be with SMA, you might be with Wesley High School. You know, take the chance to get to know and meet some new people and make some new relationships. I encourage each of you to make the most of today's opportunities, ask questions, connect with the professionals here, and take full advantage of the knowledge and guidance available to you. This is your chance to learn from those who have walked the path that you're about to embark on. Enjoy this exceptional day of learning, networking, and fun. Don't forget the fun part. I always find I learn a little better when I'm having fun, so try to incorporate that. Capture the memories at the photo booth, make new connections, and above all, be inspired by the possibilities ahead of you. Thank you once again for all our partners, professionals, and students. We look forward to an inspiring and successful day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Philip. And I want to echo his charge to you students to make connections, make new relationships. I heard a lot of whispering and murmuring in the room when he said that, but I just want to encourage you to definitely follow that advice. That is golden advice, not just for today, but moving forward. And the advice as well to have fun. I want to acknowledge that that is also good advice as it relates to learning. Thank you so much, Mr. Philip. I'd now like to move on to introduce Dr. Irvin McIntyre, the Minister of Finance, but also a medical doctor and an alumnus of the Dominica SiFoCol Alumni Association, or the Dominica SiFoCol College at the time, now the Dominica State College. So I'll call to the podium at this time, I'd like to call to the podium at this time Dr. Irvin McIntyre to deliver his remarks.
Good morning to everyone. Let me first recognize our Director and Chairman of the Dominica SiFoCol Alumni Association, my classmates, physics, chemistry, biology, and SiFoCol at that time. Dr. Eugene Zamo, pleasant good morning to you. Ms. Christian, Dr. White, invited guests, media, all the staff from the Dominica State College, ACSOM, and the listening public. Pleasant good morning to everyone gathered here this morning. I understand that, yes, we're going to have a discussion on the different areas within the health sector. But for this to be meaningful, you have to understand the gravity of the health situation that we're presently facing. And to discuss the different avenues available to all of you students in the health sector, you have to understand that I have to start with chronic non-communicable diseases. 75% of all deaths are related to the complications of these diseases. And to understand the gravity of the situation, you have to, I'll just give you a simple example. If you had a young person, a young adult, let's say whether 50s or 40s, with 2 or 3 kids, the single breadwinner in the family, uncontrolled diabetes, so eventually there will be kidney failure, eventually there might be an amputation, eventually there might be a heart attack, and then this family is left to fend for its own without the single breadwinner being there. Now, I have a perfect example in my village. So this young guy cuts my grass for me, and every now and then he's cutting my flowers that I planted. And then every now and then his sugar is high. And then he keeps telling me, well, no, I didn't drink enough water. There are all sorts of excuses, Martin, when the sugar is high, the pressure is high. And then eventually he had an amputation. Eventually he went blind, just over 48 years. And after this, his daughter dropped out from college. His son ended up in prison. This is the gravity of the situation. Young engineers in the Ministry of Communication and Works got a stroke. And I can keep going on and on, giving you examples of how this affects our country in terms of our human resource. And that you have to put it into perspective, because not like we have the most resources in the world. So with our limited resources, in a small island development state, what does this mean to all of us? Let alone that. The pressure is going to be high, the sugar is going to be off, so they're going to be sick and they're going to be taking sick leave. They're going to be unproductive in the workplace. This is money. This is money that the country is using. Not only that, when we pay the social security, which is a tax, so this is less money coming to the corporate as well. So you have to put all this into perspective, and I'm 100% sure every single one of you here can identify what I'm saying. You all have relatives at your homes who for some reason or the other have succumbed or is presently suffering from this chronic communicable diseases. And for developing states like ours, this is the existential threat. This is the seriousness of the situation. So when I come here to address you, I am just so happy that the Dominica SiFoCol Alumni Association has taken this initiative to just sensitize you all so that you can get organized and get prepared. Because the bottom line is, the government can do all what it wants to do. They can, all these big ticket items that will eventually propel us, that's the modern economic infrastructure that we're building. But without a healthy population and a productive population, it really wouldn't come to much. So, granted, this symposium is going to broaden your view as to the different areas you can position yourself within the healthcare system. And I think it's an excellent exposure to you. Nowadays, maybe barely 100 of us went to Street Fund College in a year. The state college, it was more than 1,000 women. So you can see the opportunities are much more. Nowadays when you're growing up, you either be a nurse, a doctor, a policeman, a fireman, a lawyer. That's about maybe at most 10 different professions. Within the healthcare sector in India, it's limitless. But I'm only saying all of this that you can get an idea of from the importance of this intervention we're doing here today, and how important it is for you to play a part in this broader scheme of the development of our country. Granted, and there are many other parts that we have to get. For instance, nursing, for instance. We've heard about nursing migration, but you can't stop nursing migration. Nurses leave Cuba to come to the Caribbean, they leave Philippines to go to England, they leave the US to go to Saudi Arabia, greener pastures. You can't stop anyone from migrating. That's their choice, that's their freedom. As a matter of fact, in Switzerland 4 years ago, when you brought it to the director of WHO, Dr. Tedros, and he told me that's the issue we have in the Caribbean. You don't have nursing migration, and his simple answer was just train more nurses. What can you do? There really isn't much more you could do. So, but coming to the nursing part now, and that's maybe for the Dominica State College, to have a graduate nurse that she might know all the different little chemistry and all the little related to the nursing profession. But I need a nurse in the village, in the community, that can convince this old lady or whoever it is as regards to her diet, as regards to her exercise. This goes over the milligrams or so and so to be given and all of that stuff. You listen to the radio many times, vitamins and minerals, and then you're drinking more of these sweet beverages than you've ever drank before. This is the gravitar decision. How does this nurse convince us in the district, in the villages, at our homes, as to how we eat, what we eat, and how we maintain ourselves? Because granted, all these professions, all these different parts within the medical sector, that might be more apparent when the person gets to the hospital, which is secondary and tertiary care. But obviously, to get there, something must have happened at their homes, in terms of what they were eating, in terms of what they were doing. So even talking about this here, even the education aspect of it, even to the curriculum aspect of it, what do we put into our nursing program such that these nurses can be better educators and communicators within the district? It's a very broad picture that we're bringing in here. So even the education transformation has to be aligned with all of these different areas within the healthcare system. But it's important to recognize the financial implications for the country when we have a sick population. We can build all the international airports we have, we can build our cruise village, we can get into renewable energy and geothermal, we can do champagne, we can do all the infrastructure and the roads and all of those things, but we have to be healthy for us to optimize and augment all these different development projects that are going on in the country. So I think this is a very timely intervention that yes, we can get into all the different aspects of healthcare and to see where we can position ourselves. And those of us who might not be too inclined to be inclined, but those of us who might not be so comfortable dealing with blood and all those different things, there's biomedical engineering. So those of you in the physics and maths, there's engineering for those things. And those of you who want to go, there's also health management. There's health administration, hospital administration. The list is just, you can go on and on and on. And then, developing countries also, we have to be wise and we have to make the best use of everything. So let alone all these different areas that we're talking about. From an administrative point of view, from a government point of view, what the government can do in terms of things like taxes. So that's why you saw the tax and you realize this useless sugar-sweetened beverages you're drinking, they're more expensive than before. I'm trying my best to have you stop drinking these things. If I had my way, I'll just stop the importation of sugar. But anyway, I don't have my way, so I can just do this. But the truth is, it's really something that we have to take seriously. I remember a couple of decades ago, when I started practicing medicine, I would have hardly seen any young person with fatty liver. That's something you just had in alcoholics. But now you see the kids who never even smelt alcohol having fatty liver. And eventually they could high blood pressure and diabetes and Alzheimer's, etc., etc. I'm saying all of this that I would want you to keep yourself, there's no box, forget it, there's no box. The amount of the impact you can have, don't limit yourself to just the little scope that the healthcare you've known of doctors and nurses, etc. It's a much bigger scope. The spectrum is very, very wide, and you can all find a place to fit yourselves within that wide spectrum of health. So whether it's in administration, whether it's in the engineering part, whether it's all the different parts related to health, but the vacancies are there for you. As a matter of fact, if you want people to know how significant this threat is, the World Bank meetings in Washington this year, top on the agenda is chronic non-communicable diseases. That's the gravity of the situation. So that's why I brought this up first, so you can understand that it's such an important task and an important job that you all will be given as healthcare providers to keep the country healthy. Without healthy people, we just wouldn't make the progress that we want to make. We wouldn't be able to realize the benefits of all the investments that we're doing now as a developing country. So that's just to get the point across to you so that you can see. And interestingly enough, what I've mentioned here is these are all lifestyle diseases, and it's all about behaviors. Now, norms will drive behavior. So if we keep seeing the normal thing time and time again, then that's how we're going to behave. So this is where, even in the curriculums of the different courses, the behavioral aspect, the behavioral science part of it, because you're going to have to change people's mind as to how they live, how they eat, what they do. So it's such it's silent, isn't it? But anyway, it's such an important part I wanted to tell you here. So you can play your part. The government plays its part. So the government plays its part in terms of different taxes and regulations and stuff. I remember growing up, every other advertisement was a cigarette factory or a cigarette company. You hardly see those things anymore because we've moved along and those things are of the past. You know, the Marlboro Safari Rally and all those different things. So you can't advertise and you can't sponsor all these sporting events going on in schools, etc. You can even have those different signboards close to school. Sooner rather than later, we also have the fact that even selling of student beverages close to school, basically 100 liters, all of these. But these are the different regulations, and this is where government comes in, and this is where policy comes in. But it's more than this. So we can look at it from a resilience point of view as well. What I would encourage all of you, if you get a chance, you should also, well, create that climate resilience and execution agency of Dominica. In no longer, it's under my Ministry of Finance to continue the resilience agenda. But there are two documents that I really think that every one of you here should try to just read. That is the CRRP, as the Climate Resilience and Recovery Plan, and the NRDS, that's the National Resilience Development Strategy. These two documents have been referenced by every resilience symposium or meeting anywhere in the world. And you are part of the country that is leading in that regard. And within those, the result areas of this is also talk about the infrastructure, it talks about strong communities and economy, it talks about using what our resources, which is geothermal, and it also talks about that positive collective consciousness. We cannot be just critics, and we cannot be just getting up every day and thinking of the worst things and just making excuses. We have to be doers. Because at the end of the day, is what have you done? Not what someone else did. What have you done? That's the question you're going to be asked. You will be asking yourself this question: what have you done for your family as well? What have you done for your community? What have you done for your country? This is the bottom line. And you have to answer this question. You cannot run away from it. So I want just to put this into perspective. But also, it's more than just the little medical pattern stuff. It's all about wellness. Because also, mental health is also part of these non-communicable diseases. So we're talking about the holistic development of the Dominican citizen. So your state of health, how you relax, how you relate to your peers, your emotional intelligence. It's a really broad and big picture, and these are all the areas of health that some of you can play a part in. And let alone that, the point I'm trying to bring across to you, I do not want you to just see yourself as just a doctor or a nurse in a hospital. It's much bigger than this. So for instance, I remember when I got into the Ministry of Health, there's this World Bank board running the entire OECS for the World Health, the OECS Health Program. And in part of this OECS role that we do, the OECS countries, there is a part for lab technology. And they were giving $300,000 to train some lab technologists in Jamaica. Obviously, with a training lab technologists in Jamaica, most probably they will come home, they spend a year or two, and obviously they look for greener pastures. So that would be a loan that I'll have to pay. So here am I paying back this loan for someone who went to the medical lab technology and they came back to Dominica and eventually left. So I'm paying the loan, but I don't have the person. So I told the World Bank, that doesn't make no sense. Why don't you give me the $300,000 loan and let me set up a bachelor's degree at Dominica State College for medical lab technology? That is more sustainable, and then our first cohort will be starting hopefully next year, about 8 or 9. So this I'm just trying to explain to you the finances in a developing country and what you're going to get from the finances. Because eventually I'll have to pay that loan, not eventually I'll actually pay back that loan. But how do I get the best out of the loan? So that's just a perfect example. So it's a lot of different things, and as I mentioned earlier, you have to see the loss of productivity that is an issue for us from these chronic non-communicable diseases. Easier said than done. These are lifestyle diseases that I mentioned too. But we have to play our part. So with all of this going on here, I really want you to indulge yourself and see the different areas that you can fit yourself into. And I think this is an excellent start. I must congratulate the organizers, the Dominica SiFoCol Alumni Association. Honestly, I didn't expect to see that many of you here this morning, but I'm just so pleased and I'm just so happy to be part of this. And I really want to wish you a very productive day. It's a very good way to start. This is the start of it as the first of its kind. And I'm looking forward to be here next year as well. And we might need a bigger hall, I suspect. But I'm just so happy to be here. But I just do not want you to keep yourself in a little box. There are many aspects of health that you can play your part. So just in your discussions, just explore them. I thank you very, very much.
Dr. McIntyre. Thank you for letting our students know there is no box. So today they will get the opportunity to see how wide and how varied their options truly are in this field of medicine and healthcare. Thank you so much. We are coming to the end of the opening ceremony of the National Youth Healthcare and Medical Symposium. And so that we close on a nice note, the opening ceremony, I'd like to call on the group from the Convent High School who will be gracing us with a creative performance entitled I Vow to Be YTCB.
I vow to be my whitey kubuli by Leandra Landon.
I vow.
I vow.
I vow. I vow to thee, my country, in want and in plenty, war and tranquility. Lay me, lay money under any color party, Christian or Nyabingi, Black or Kalinago ancestry, in the towns and small community. I vow to this country.
I vow to this country because it chose me.
And me.
And me too.
And me. Made me free. Made me royalty. Even if I was a tree, this is where my roots would be. The birds and the bee are filled with awesome glee. The rocks too agree. The sky rains just to enjoy this island fantasy. I vow to the forest canopy, down to the depths of the treasured sea. Breezes blowing sweetly, flowers blooming in harmony. I vow to be my pawadi, to the taste of your balau and titiwi.
Saturday breakfast of fig and lamuri.
Bakes, farin, and cocoa tea.
Sweet watermelon of balm.
A rose plantain over a Kulibish tree.
Sunsets on the white beaches of Calibishi. Crystal waters in the roof.
The men, so fine, and the girls, very demure, very pretty. To not love this place, you must be crazy. I vow to this country. No, I vow to Whitey Kubuli. Tall is her body. This country, you see, doesn't need gold to be wealthy. Her people, if possibly, need to see beyond their vanity, to see they possess gifts and ability, to conquer greed for power bravely.
Alas, the ones who forget their loyalty.
And their vow to this country. Toop, 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 toop. I vow to this pulsating country. I vow to her cultural bounty. I jam to the voice of King Trilogy on the mic that they like. What about a tempo from Chubby? We are Coco. Get your cafe when. Living here sometimes poses difficulty. Even trucks blocking roads forcefully. Enough is enough. But when I see the world through my TV, so much to give thanks for daily. I vow to be my Whitey Kubuli. Mwah. Woo.
Thank you, Convent High School, and of course the leader, Miss Leandra Landa, for that exceptional creative performance. I vow to thee, Whitey Kubuli. Thank you so much. Let us give them another round of applause. That brings us to the end of the opening ceremony aspect of today's symposium, and we are going straight in to the panel discussion, which comes next. I don't know if there is a break that needs to be had in between the two, or do you all want us to just proceed directly? Proceed directly. I heard some of the young people say break. Okay, what I'll do, I'll call the panelists up, and we will have a brief discussion, and then we will start the panel discussion officially in 5 minutes. So the break is just for you to turn around and tell your friend how great the opening ceremony was. It's not a break for you to disappear. It's just a break for the panelists.
And we'll be right back with the panel
and
discussion.
for us to prepare for the next aspect of today. So panelists, I invite you to come forward, and young people, I invite you to take a 5 minutes. Hi, my friend, how are you doing break? Okay?
And we'll be right back with the panel discussion.